Yeah, big truck got stuck on the way to rescue the little truck. So I am going to pull the trucks out, both of them. That's priority number 1. And priority number 2 is to dig some trenches that go all the way down. We had a little bit of a trench and then it got covered with sand, so we had to dig it out by hand, and I'm not sure why this is this way, but yeah, I had to dig it out by hand. And so now I've got the excavator for a week, and we're just going to fix this driveway up to maybe being something that we can actually use. The clearing is also a bit of a swamp. What's that? They're too big. We have smaller ones. Okay.
So the rubber pads will be used on the straps and not on the tow hook. You know, the pin is what's going to pull on the tow.
All of my camera gear and everything is, of course, in the truck. So I don't have a gimbal to hold the camera steady. So sorry about that. But I think I'm going to go and put this camera someplace where it can watch what we're doing and stuff at a safe distance. Yeah.
Look, Obes. Careful. Oh. Okay, we're all collapsing now. See, the ditches are working a little bit. Oh, a lot of it. It's been pouring all day, but it looks like all the water is running off. Well, except for up there where the mud is, but all of this stuff is pretty drivable at this point, considering it's just sand and rock, so pretty cool.
Jordan worked hard to firm up our mucky ground, but with almost non-stop rain, the hydrated lime just didn't do enough to be able to pull the truck and RV onto the driveway. Getting our RV moved onto the property is critical right now, even if we can't make it to the clearing before winter. We at least need to be on our own land so we can start working to hunker down for a winter unlike any we've experienced before. Joe added some sand to offer some stability, at least for the next year, but we're running out of time and money, and we still haven't even started building yet. This was as far as we could afford to go this year, and unless we can find a way to make the rest of the driveway drivable, more and more it's looking like we're not going to make it to the top of the clearing until another year. So we're putting in our very best Hail Mary to get ourselves home. Joe's convinced we could get the trucks up the hill, and our assignment for this week is to drive the trucks up and down the driveway to pack it down. When the freeze comes, the ground will be solid enough to hold the RV, but I'm not convinced that we'll be in a good situation come spring when everything starts to melt, especially with the way water isn't draining like I feel it should. Joe and Mike crowned the sanded part of the driveway so the edges have some light trenching to funnel the water to the culverts they put in. But up the hill, we're seeing a lot of standing water that has soaked into the ground, and that's not making it to the trenches. But Joe's convinced we can pack it down, so we're going to give it our best try. We started with Nellie because she's lighter, but she got stuck in the clearing parking lot on the third pass. When we tried to send up the 3500 to pull her out, this is how that went.
Alright, there's so much dirt.
Yeah.
The truck is on such a slant that I actually can't even fully open the door.
Oh. That's quite a hole. Whoa! Found that spot again. Same spot as always. This time it didn't seal itself back up though.
Something to keep in mind. If for some reason these towing straps give out in the middle of towing,
Yeah.
they'll likely snap back like a high-speed rubber band,
Right.
obliterating everything in its path. So you actually are probably protected with the bucket. I think we keep the bucket.
Between us, yeah.
I think two ways about it. You can either keep it up so that if the thing snaps back, it hits the bucket,
Uh-huh.
but that might be putting it right in your face.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I'll hold this so we can consider slack and everything.
Okay.
But you're basically gonna have to drive out to where I am.
Okay.
Gonna unleash a lot of water when we pull out. At least Joe said, I didn't think it was that muddy. So that it's not a, we did something wrong.
Yeah.
What exactly should I be doing?
You should,
Be in neutral? Should I be reversing?
yeah, turn it on and put it in neutral. And let me just see if I can pull it out.
Now put the most strain on the towing steps.
Right.
I'll put my windows down.
Okay.
Wish us luck.
Good. Started rolling with such effort.
Huh?
Started rolling out with such little effort to scoop.
Well, I wanted to get it. It was riding the wall.
I know.
Could not get it off that wall. Wasn't going.
But as soon as you started backing, it started rolling.
Yeah. Oh, honey, you should have seen the mud it was pushing behind it.
Not bad.
Just a big wall of mud.
You're already unstrapped, go find a place to hide. So I can move the bucket out.
What was that, sweetie?
Since that you're already unstrapped, go find a place to hide so I can actually drive the truck out.
Yep. Okie dokie.
That's why I laughed when you turned the engine off. That's the opposite.
Well, it's okay.
That's just how it is. It's so loud.
Oh, shoot. Oh. Oh, dear. There we go. There you go. Yeah, that's it. Good job. Good job. Now watch that corner. Watch the bucket, baby. Watch the bucket. Watch the bucket. Watch the bucket. 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 Watch the bucket, baby. Watch the bucket. There you go. Tough stuff right there, yeah. Watch that bucket. Yeah, good job. You're okay. I think. Where are you going today? Oh man, that's just freaking mush. Where are you going? No!
I can barely get around the bucket. It's in the road. It should be on the side.
Yeah.
So I had to go around it, and now I'm going this way. It's really difficult to move. I'll try again. If I can't do it, I'm going to need you to move the bucket off the road.
Okay.
Just put everything on the sand pile that we're not using.
Jordan, you need to go forward and realign. Go all the way forward and realign.
Everything is working so hard.
Come look at where you are. You're so far off the road.
Get the bucket. I'm stuck. So come down here and get the bucket.
Oh man, those tires are like chocolate covered donuts.
This can't maneuver. And I couldn't get off the shoulder. And the only way to get off was to turn sharply, and then I almost hit the bucket.
You should see the tires. They're like double glazed chocolate covered donuts.
So anyway, the bucket's probably turned around in not your ideal way,
That's okay, I can fix it.
but
Are you okay?
no different than usual. Yeah, you gotta keep the entire road clear, especially when this truck is involved. Because I seriously, all I could do was back up sharply to get off the shoulder, off the ditch, and then I was pinned by the thing, and I just get further stuck.
But that's why I kept pulling you, because I wanted you a little bit out of the ditch more.
I didn't know that I was in the ditch. You could say, hey, you're in the ditch, you need to pull you out still or something. I didn't do that. I'm just saying, for buckets and heavy things, I just have to keep it off the road.
Yeah. I'll go up to the next truck if you want. Or do you want me to wait for you?
Yeah.
What's that?